Welcome back to Chaos Theory episode 6. We ended last episode with quite the cliffhanger. Ben got obliterated by a Stegosaurus. I didn't mention this in the episode, but I want to mention it now. I really liked that kind of, we've had two substantial injuries in the show now, counting this, right? We had, of course, Brooklyn's very substantial injury to a carnivore. I really like that this one is from an herbivore. I'm always very happy when any dinosaur franchise takes the time to show that large herbivores are often as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than carnivores. Fire! Okay, how messed up is he gonna be? Slightly impaled. I was expecting, like, broken ribs, that kind of shit. A bowel injury is not good, though, so...
Whatever you do not pull out the thagomizer.
Nice. Very good, very good. Yeah, don't pull out a thing from a stab wound.
Just talk about this.
3.
Hey! Get going! Whoa! Come on, shoot! Get out of here! We can't stay here.
Okay.
We're too exposed.
The vet facility should be close.
Gotta keep quiet.
Shut up!
You can, and you will get through this, okay? But to do that, please, you have to be quiet. You can do this.
I appreciate some actual, like, peril and danger, you know? It's really nice.
Youch.
It's more than we got from, like, the last few movies, right? You used to have, heroic characters take substantial injuries. Look at how beat up everybody gets over the course of the first movie. But then you get stuff like Dominion, where like, people have a couple of scrapes by the end, and that's it. Just slight scuffs. There's no sense of peril or risk to any of the characters. Like, intellectually, characters in a show like this aren't going to be mortally injured. They're not going to die. But you can still provide tension by making the situations they're in appear actually dangerous. And make it seem like the characters actually suffer from the events that they, that happen to them. They could have probably tried to salvage something from the car to, like, make a litter or whatever. Like a makeshift stretcher, essentially. We're burning this bitch down already? We knew that this sort of thing would have to come, right? But, like, I suppose the time frame, right? Dominion happens pretty quickly, whereas, these kids have been out here. We've skipped a lot of time, right? For them moving from place to place looking for the server. This episode started in daylight, now it's dark. Like, it makes sense. Yeah, that's the burning locusts. Okay. Speaking for the fan base. I might as well reiterate it here. My hot take for all the problems with Dominion, I don't think the locusts are one of them. I think the locust angle of Dominion is one of the more inspired pieces of that movie. I think the movie is bad because it's a bad movie. I don't think the movie is bad because of the ideas it presents. I think I'm a fan. I am a fan of when this franchise takes its established concepts and applies them in new ways. And one of the established concepts of this franchise is not just that it's about dinosaurs, but that it's about cloning. So I like Maisie as a character. I think her addition to the lore is interesting. I know a lot of people don't like her, don't like the human cloning angle. I think it makes sense. I think it's good. And I think this is good. I think having a biotech company do evil biotech company things to mess with global ecosystems and try to make money is very Michael Crichton, and it makes sense in this franchise. And while I won't expend too much effort to defend Dominion, I will defend the locust concept. Really, what Dominion needed is it needed a better way to tie in that locust concept with the actual dinosaurs, which is what it doesn't do. We haven't really had anything from the theory yet. See, now that's interesting because this would then establish where the theory is prior to the ending scene, right? We don't. So, okay, thinking back to Dominion, you know, obviously we have the most substantial theory scene with Claire when she hides in the water or whatever, when she just lands out of the plane. And then the theory shows up at the end of the movie, obviously, for the climactic fight. But we don't really see it between those two moments, right? I don't think so. So this is kind of, this works, right? For like where the theory might be in between those two scenes. Decent reincorporation of the like security bracelet. The solid you know, that was many episodes ago, so we weren't really dwelling on the idea that that bracelet existed. So her still having it here and using it to get into the facility, like, this works. For instance, let's talk about Dominion again, right? There's the whole keypad scene in the Dimetrodon, the Amber Mine or whatever, where the guy in the control room just ends up pushing a button to like get them through the door. This is better than that. That whole scene is like an extended annoying sequence of like Malcolm trying to guess a keypad thing that like doesn't matter. This works a lot better as like a way, a little bit of tension, and then you like, you know, the door opens. Instead of it being a contrived, somebody else just does it. It's you know, a solution that was presented earlier, a Chekhov's gun type moment, plays out. Don't you have somewhere else to be? Like on the climax of a movie. Fun. Some Freddy Krueger crap.
We gotta find Bumpy.
Ben, we can do that after we find you help.
No, I have to find her.
Bro.
Hey.
Nah.
Look who it is. I have to reunite them.
Do it after you stop dying. Come on, man.
I'll go. Y'all find the supplies. Brooklyn, you're with me.
Oh, right. This is the episode where Bumpy's supposed to be anyway, so it's not like they have to go out in the firestorm and look for her. Right.
I'm sorry I blamed you for all this. That wasn't fair. I was mad and hurt, but things happen none of us can control.
I did miss you.
Friend is dying. Might want to hurry up.
Of course. You always got my back. Now I can finally have yours.
You always had my back. Like when I was trying to keep Brooklyn's huge, ginormous secret.
Okay. Well, what about the fact that you were the first person I came out to? The first person I even told about. Sammy, Ben, you are my ride or die, even when times were tough, even when you were going through it too. You're the reason the new Blarsticks got back together in the first place, and I just really love you, Ben.
They have much better character scenes than like anything we've gotten, and I think any of the new movies. Why is it so hard for a movie in this franchise to have? This is not like a staggering level of emotional depth. This is not actually like deep character drama, but it is so much better than what the movies give us, which is really sad.
Okay, it looks like we got some gauze, scissors, pain meds, and some surgical tape.
Okay, that's perfect.
Okay, Ben, we're gonna have to take this off first.
Bumpy!
Smoothie's just like, who's this big ankylosaurus I've never met? This thing means nothing to me. It is interesting because everything's kind of coming to a head here, and this is episode 6 of 9, right? So like, what are the last 3 going to be? We're going to have another conflict?
Not easy to part with someone you love.
I expected more delay finding Bumpy and more delay with the server, so... Okay, but is like anybody tending to Ben? No, nobody's doing anything. Okay.
Good.
Yes, happy reunion. But also, they took off like, you know, the compress and then didn't do anything.
What's going on?
Okay, well, some new threat, sirens. I don't know what that would be. I mean, just like maybe an alarm for alerting BIOS and people to the Grant Sattler break-in or whatever, or possibly the well, it shouldn't be like the finale. That should be a little bit later. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough what the significance of the sirens were. Yeah, that was a really good episode, actually. I think I stand by the last one being a low point of the season, and I think this one was a high point, so it's good. A very well constructed episode. Well done. Definitely, like I speculated at the beginning of the season that maybe we'd have a pretty strong season 4, pairing really well with season 1, because I don't know if I said it then, but I believe the original pitch for this was 2 seasons. And then they were given 4, so they could expand things out. I feel like season 2 was especially felt like filler content. But yeah, 4 has been quite good so far. So far, my gut instinct is like right up there with season 1. Better than any of Camp Cretaceous, I think. Like I complained incessantly in the last episode, of course, but like it's one episode out of a season. Like it doesn't reflect, a bad episode doesn't reflect negatively necessarily upon a show entirely, unless it's like really undermines the show. And despite the problems I had with the last episode, it didn't like fundamentally undermine the season or anything. It was just a bit of a weak filler episode. Like it didn't really add anything, right? It had some unrealistic shit, but it ultimately made no difference to like this episode. This episode was still a pretty good one.